Hello and welcome to Talk of the Game, and it's a preview of Sunderland against West Ham United. Tom, we're nearly there, but we're not quite safe yet. But one team that are just gone is this team. 10 points adrift at the very bottom of the table, 10 points away from safety. What's your thoughts on Sunderland, Tom?
Been very, very poor this year. I think they've got the wrong guy in. I think Moyes is not up for it. He's a terrible manager, I think, to be honest with you. And thankfully they're one of the teams that have been worse than us, and they're awful. They're bad. They're bad. I feel sorry. I like the Sunderland fans though, but out of the Newcastle and Sunderland lot, I prefer the Sunderland lot. But I feel for the fans because they're like up and down all the time, and we've been there ourselves, and it's awful situation to be in.
Jamie, they've been flirting with relegation for a few seasons now, usually switching their manager. They keep them up. They then get sacked and a new one comes in. But is it about time, do you think, that they just fall through that trapdoor a bit like Villa did last year?
Yeah, like you said, they've been battling relegation for 4 or 5 years now in a row. It's an accident waiting to happen, that club. It's like Tom said as well, yo-yo team. They've been up and down, and now I think they're going to go down. I can't see them coming back.
They don't have much quality, do they, Jamie? Apart from Defoe, is there any sort of attacking players in that team that you worry about?
I'd like to say no, but then I also thought that last season we was 2-0 down after half hour. So,
they've got no goal. Never mind winning a game. They've got no goal in their last 7 games, Tom. Defoe, though, hasn't scored in a Sunderland shirt against West Ham. Is that a surprising stat for you, that one?
Yeah, it is surprising actually, and the fact they haven't scored a goal for 7 games or 700 minutes, wherever it is, worries me, because obviously we seem to be the team that everyone seems to sort of get a bit of form and break all sort of records out ongoing. And well, Defoe's got a bit of a decision to make. Really, will he score against us? Will he won't? If he's going to be coming us in the summer, has he got the I don't know, the balls to score against us? I don't know. But no, I like to think he's professional and he would do a job for Sunderland against us. But yeah.
Tom, Jamie said there that he doesn't think Sunderland would come back up. Do you think they will? Do you think they need to almost copy their neighbours, Newcastle, go down, have a clear out, and try and get in players that's good enough to get you back up?
Well, the thing is with Newcastle, they've actually spent the money. Newcastle, haven't they? They've got Benitez, and they've spent a lot of money, and and they deserve to come up. Newcastle, really, because what they've done. I don't think Sunderland have got that to do it. But sometimes when you're in that sort of situation with the club like Sunderland, you are better to go down and clear out, have a massive clear out, get all the big contracts, get a manager in that knows the league, and then come up, hopefully in a year or two. But the amount of money now, this is the worst season to go down. The first season, double the money, all the teams are going to get it. Everyone's going to go further ahead than them. So it's literally the worst season to go down.
Jamie, when Moyes took over at the start of the season, he kept mentioning that he's sort of left with all the riffraff the previous managers couldn't manage. Do you feel sorry for Moyes at all? Because we all think it's quite a poor team, or is Moyes quite culpable as well?
I feel sorry for Moyes a little bit, obviously, because whoever took on that job is taking on a right mission, because that is a sinking ship, that club. But he really shouldn't have left Everton when he did. Really, he was in a poised position at Everton, solid, weren't going anywhere anytime soon in terms of being sacked. He was going up with Everton, and he was doing a great job. He should never have left for Man United.
If you were a Sunderland fan, Jamie, would you want Moyes to stay and try and get you back up, or do you think he has to go? You take us down, you have to go.
Well, they've eventually got to stick with a manager, but whether it's Moyes or not, I wouldn't say yes to that at all if I was a Sunderland fan. But who would want to go to Sunderland, and who can Sunderland attract to take them back up?
Yeah, worrying times for Sunderland. So if you're a Sunderland fan and you just tuned in, apologies, but you're not getting much praise from this lot on here tonight. The man in black when West Ham play the Black Cats is Andre Mariner. We've had him 4 times this season. We've lost 2-1 at home to Chelsea. We won 4-1 away to Swansea on Boxing Day. We drew 1-1 at Stoke at home, and we lost 3-1 away to City. He's only handed out 1 red card in the Premier League this season. However, in his last 22 games with Sunderland, he's handed out 7 red cards. He hands out an average of 4 yellows per game as well. So you could see a few cards going in at the weekend, especially now that the 10 yellow card rule is now gone. It's now 15 yellow cards you need to get a suspension. Sunderland fans, you've had them twice this season. Both times you've won. Believe it or not, you haven't won many games, but when you have won, you've had this guy in charge. You beat Leicester 2-1 at home, and you won 4-0 away to Crystal Palace. Let's talk about West Ham. Tom, nearly there. We're nearly there, aren't we? Would this win get us there, safe?
Yeah, I'd like 40, but yeah, I think this near enough gets us there, Gio. You're right. And to be honest, looking at the fixtures, this is really the only chance. I mean, apart from Burnley last game, but Burnley are fantastic at home. You know, it's not going to be easy. This is really the last chance we really got to pick up a 3 point. You look at the fixtures, you think, no, 3 points. We should get 3 points. Yeah, so this is huge. This is absolutely massive.
No Noble on Saturday. Jamie's got 2-game suspension. Is it time for Fernandes to come into centre midfield, or would you try something different in there alongside Chiati?
100% Fernandes. He should have been playing 6-7 weeks ago. I don't know how he hasn't managed to get into the team yet, but 100% he has to play.
It looks like, while Antonio's season's over, it looks like Byram should be okay. To quote Bilic, it should be okay. Chances are be Norvite right back if they can't quite make it okay. But Jamie, who are you playing up front? Antonio's out. He started against Swansea up front, but Bilic just says that Sacco, Carroll are both training and fine now, and you had Kaleri came off the bench and impressed some, but not all against Swansea. Who would you like to see up front?
Funny enough, the one I'd start two, but the one I'd definitely start is Kaleri. This is his chance to show West Ham what he can do. If he can't cut it against Sunderland's defence, he's not going to cut it against any defence in the Premier League. So if he can, all right, we'll give him another chance. If he can't, that's it. And then the other one I would go 4-4-2, like I said. I'd have Carroll up there with him. So Kaleri's playing off someone.
Do you think he can cut it, Jamie? Do you think Kaleri can?
Well, he looked half decent on Saturday, didn't he, when he come on? He apparently some stat that he didn't lose the ball once, and he played a good hour, but didn't score, did he? Missed a decent chance.
Tom, does the back four stay the same for you? Byram's fit, Creswell's back in training. Does Masuaku keep his place for you?
Yep, Masuaku keeps his place. He's done nothing wrong to get dropped. So, sorry, Cresswell, if you're fit, Masuaku stays in the team. And you're right, Gio, if Byram's even got a knock, we just learned the hard way of Antonio, you know. Rushed him back. Apparently he's meant to be some sort of athlete, you know, mega athlete and get fitter, which I think is a load of rubbish. That's what happens when you rush players back, you know. I know it was a bit of a dodgy ball by Randolph, which he chased down for no reason, but obviously he was injured before, and he's that same injury's come out and was bitter and he's out for the thing. So if Byram is injured, don't play him. Don't play him. We should have enough, to be honest with you, we should have enough putting Norvit right back against Sunderland, I think.
And who would you like to see up front, Tom?
I'm not particularly bothered, Gio, to be honest with you. There's big things, big talk about Kaleri this week coming out of the club. Bilic has praised him up in the press conference, so I think he's strong. I think what you guys said, I think they're going to start with Kaleri. And as Jamie said, if he hasn't got it, if he can't cut it against Sunderland, you know, they've got one of the slowest, sort of the most goals conceded, one of the slowest offences. If he can't cut it against Sunderland, then yeah, he's right. He's not meant to be. You know, so I expect him to bag at least one against Sunderland if he does start.
And final on the team talk, Jamie, who would you put in the sticks?
Randolph. Leading up to this game, it would have been leading up to the last game, Swansea. Sorry, it would have been debatable and Adrian or Randolph. But you can't change a goalie if he's kept a clean sheet. There's no point in changing a winning team unless you have to, which obviously we do because Noble and Antonio are out. But nah, keeper stays the same for me.
Yeah, I have to agree with the keeper, but it's also because of the contract situation with Adrian. I don't think there's any point upsetting Randolph when Randolph is going to be here next year.
Yeah.
But you don't know if the Spaniard is going to be here, so I don't think it's worth agitating your keeper. But I would like to see two up front for this one. We have to go for it. We have to get the 3 points. If we get the 3 points, I think it sort of takes the pressure off us a little bit. And as Tom said, we're hitting a slightly more difficult run of fixture between now and the season. We're sort of safe. We can play with a bit more freedom. We can give Fernandes a run out. We can probably give Kaleri more time up front. We can let Sacco lose some weight up front, etc. And we can try things. Jamie, what about yourself? Is this a must win or is this a must not lose?
To me, I think it's a must not lose. I think a point, even a point, would keep us up now. I'm very confident. There's Swansea who's below us, Hull who below us, who's Palace as well, and maybe something else I don't think there is. But Swansea aren't picking up 10 points if we get a point Saturday. There's not a chance they're winning 3 games and drawing 1. I can't see it. And obviously Sunderland and Borough, I think they're already gone. So, yeah, 1 point, and I think that should do us.
Tom, if we win on Saturday and the other results go our way, we could actually be 10th. Is that how mad the Premier League is this season? We could finish Saturday evening, we could be sitting in the top half of the table.
Yeah, but I'm not having that. I mean, we all know how bad our season's been. To be top half of the table is a bit of that's how tight the league is, but it's been poor. It's been a poor season all round, and well, they say the table doesn't lie, but in this case it does. In that case, it would be lying because, yeah, you're right. It's very tight between 8th, 9th, and then obviously down the bottom. It's there's only like a matter of 4 or 5, 2 wins in it, but it's been a poor season from us.
While Sunderland haven't scored enough few games now, don't worry about it because they haven't also beaten us in 7 games. We've won 4 and drew 3 of our last 7 games against Sunderland. However, we've not done the double over them since 2008, 2009. So it's been a while since we've won twice in one season. Jamie, are you confident? Don't give us your scoreline. Keep that to yourself. But are you confident about this one? What does Bilic have to do to get the 3 points?
Start the right players. Same as last week, obviously. Bar Noble and Antonio, bring in the right players. Should be Fernandez and Caleri, and then maybe if he goes Carroll up front as well, him. Yeah, right players, right tactics, and can't really see us going wrong.
You're quite confident we're going to come away with the 3 points then, Jamie?
Yeah, for once.
Tom, what about yourself? I mean, you've been been the one person that I've always listened to when you said we're in a relegation, and I've told you you're wrong, but it turns out you were right before the Swansea game. You were correct. What about yourself for this one? Are you feeling confident for this one, Tom?
I am feeling confident, yeah. And, particularly I don't want to see Snodgrass in the team. That guy, no, he's wound me up enough, I know he got assist for the goal against, he got the little tap on, didn't he, for the goal for QA, but he's just not good enough, mate. I'm sorry. I liked him for the first 2 or 3 games. I don't want to see Snodgrass anywhere near the team. On the bench, maybe, but I don't want to be a part of it. Because if you start with Snodgrass, I think you're starting with 10 men for yourself. And this is not a game you start at 10 men. So if we don't start with Snodgrass, I think we're going to pick up the 3 points easily.
For Snodgrass, Tom, is it the same for him as Caleri? You've both said this is Caleri's sort of chance. You can't cut it against Sunderland. You ain't going to cut it. Does it go for the same as Snodgrass? You're not going to step up against Sunderland, then what have you got to offer for West Ham?
Yeah. I mean, we've got a lot of injuries, Gio, so the players that are on the fringe of the squad, which is these players are, when you do get your chance, what you must do, if you want to be in the team playing all the time, you must take your chances. It's just simple maths, really. It's just simple. So they've got to take the chance, So these players come in, they've got to take the chance and cement their place in the team. And who knows, give the manager a headache about team selection when the players do come back.
Well, before I get the score lineup from these two, their predictions, let us know your predictions down below. Also, what 11 do you want to see? We're all quite unanimous in the fact that we want to see Fernandez. We wouldn't mind seeing Caleri. We wouldn't really change anything other than those 2 things. But let us know in the comments below, contact form at hammerchat.com. Jamie, score prediction time. What are you feeling?
2-1.
2-1 to the West Ham. And Tom?
I think Sunderland are going to score. I think they're gonna lose. That record's gonna go against us.
Yeah, inevitable.
So Sunderland going to score. I can't see them scoring 2. I think they're going to win 3-1, Gio. 3-1 West Ham.
The last twice we've beaten Sunderland, we've won 1-0, and quite a lot of our games this season that we have won has been 1-0. The scary fact to back you two up is we've actually conceded more goals than Sunderland this season. But when Bilic's job was sort of in question, everyone said, "I'll have Eddie Howe, please." Bournemouth and conceded more goals than West Ham, so they're even worse. They're a lot worse than Sunderland. I'm going for 1-0, as you might have guessed. I'm just going to go for it's no frills. Just get the job done, get the 3 points, get back to East London, and we could enjoy the rest of the season. But that's been Jamie, that's been Tom, I've been Gio, we've been Hammershot. Hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on Saturday straight after the game for the review. Hopefully, celebrating 3 points and another season of Premier League football.